and welcome to another edition of Conversations with Yvonne. It's Yvonne Magunda, and today I am so excited. You have no idea how excited I am, because today I give you a former Warriors captain. I give you a player who's played so many games in the South African League, something that a lot of players are failing to do. I give you a man who is an entrepreneur. You might be wondering who the person is. I like to call him Kitoko Makasi, boss Wamboka.
Yes.
So, like, how are you?
No, I'm good, and you, sister. Thank you for having me here.
And I mean, it's so exciting because, I mean, Willard, it's not every day we get to talk to a person who's done what you've done in your career. But before we even go into your career, I'm looking at the look. Boss Wamboka, this label has been growing, hey?
Yeah, firstly, sister, I would like to thank God, because sometimes, it's not easy, because there are many people who always try to do the things I just venture into, and they couldn't even get the mileage I've gotten so far. And we still need to get to 1 year, and the feedback we are getting from the people is overwhelming, and we really appreciate it. And it also shows that I've been a good servant in the game, and people are repaying me with the trust they have in me in the field.
But it seems so strategic, Willard, because I remember on social media there was a time when almost every day you were posting pictures wearing different clothes. You started trending for your clothing before you even said, I have a label. Was that strategic?
For sure, sister, it was very, very strategic, because I sat with my younger brother during the lockdown and say, this is the direction I want to take. So how can we get into people first? Then we start putting the fashion, and at some point we end up putting these baggy outfits, whereby you give people something to laugh about, okay, and they'll retweet and share and talk to somebody. Now, look at what Willard is wearing. From there, you accumulate as much as you can in terms of following. As we know that social media has been a tool for marketing, so it was very, very strategic, but anytime anyway.
But we even have to talk about social media, which a lot of people, especially in our country, still see social media as a hobby. Somewhere where we go, Tongo Segama joke study, and you don't see a lot of athletes, a lot of sports people, a lot of footballers in Zimbabwe utilizing social media. What do you have to say to the youngsters that are upcoming, that are footballers, on the use of social media?
Yeah, sister, I just want to second what you just said, because here we still thinking social media is just for fun, and people use social media for wrong reasons. Social media was created to communicate with friends, and marketing and advertising. So the minute I realized, and we copy from the top celebrity athletes overseas, that social media is another source of income for you. So how do you keep your social media relevant? Is you need to live a clean life. You need to be involved in many scandals, so that when people follows you, they know that we are following a genuine person. So to the upcoming youngsters, they just need to be more disciplined and take social media as a tool to advertise their brand. Because how can you advertise your brand? Is to look after yourself. Whatever you're doing in any field you are in, maybe you're in music, just be that best musician. Carry a good figure in public, so that when you get into people in social media, people are gonna accept you, because everything is now done in social media, marketing and everything. Even during lockdown, people are watching live football on social media. So social media is taken over. So I realized, and I knew, like, what, social media is gonna look after me. So today, I don't wanna lie, even the brand I started, many customers, we get them from social media, and we communicate. When they hear you and engage with them, they are very, very happy. So it's also challenging me to keep on keeping a low profile, keep on living a clean life, so that I don't want to disappoint my fans. So social media is good for advertisement, but it's so sensitive also, whereby how you carry yourself, because whatever one mistake you do is going to actually mess up your brand.
It'll mess up your brand. And we talk about the brand Willard Katsande. Let's go back, way back to where it started. When did you start playing football?
Yeah, I started playing football when I was at school. Before I started school, when my father was still alive, he's the one who made me fall in love, because he took me to the stadium. You know, our stadium in Mutare. Tanganda was playing versus Highlanders 1992, and my father named me after Willard Katsande, so he was also excited to go there. So he had to take me there, and that way it started, but though I didn't like the end of the day, because my father bought me an ice cream, a cone ice cream. So I licked the cream.
The cream.
I didn't know, that was my first time eating ice cream. And I asked him, where can I put the cone? So he was around the people, so he felt embarrassed. So he slapped me, then it out, but you know, that's where everything started. Then from there, my father passed on when I was 9. So, and what drives me to be more hungrier to success in football was when my sister pregnant when she was 15, and the boyfriend says she doesn't want, it's not the pregnancy. And if you can see the boy, that's the boy who drives my car.
Who drives your car?
Kelvin. So we took him as our brother. So I had to leave junior football and start going to play in this sort of like Sunday League or Division 3 to just get a little bit of money. And one coach saw me there when I was playing with them, and it was now a Division 2. He called me. Then he says, I don't want to chase you here, but I want you to be part and parcel of the team, but you're not going to be making the team. So he can easily put me in the team, draft me in the team, the 19th man, so that it's like you're playing at home, knowing that this team, when come West to West, we're going to win. This poor boy is going to get a little bit of what?
Of money.
Of money winning bonus, and I take home, I go and buy nappies before these Pambas of today.
But where was this? Kwamtare kupi kwacho exactly? Sakuva. And Kumusha ndekupi? Kwamtoko. So how did you? Because all this time, you know, I thought kuti Kumusha ndekumanika somewhere.
No. I'm from Toko. Originally, I'm from Toko, but I grew up in Mutare, and my father, he moved from Toko to Mutare because his uncles were there from his mother's side.
Okay.
So they called him for employment that side.
But is it not weird when you go back from Toko and then you are a Katsande, but your accent is like
they always laugh at me about that, but I don't feel bad because I still want to find my roots. Every time when I'm here, I'm always going there. I know, because I spend most of my time in Mutare, but I make sure every time I go, but it's now difficult now because my mother is not there, but I always make time to go there so that people know that I'm there.
So how did you talk about the fact you were there at a team, so you can make a little bit of money, but when did you start playing what we can term professional, in a way, professional football?
Professional football, I came when we won the Division 1 promotion with the Highway. When Coach Kalisto Paso and Reggie Mutaso were there, the one gave me a breakthrough, because before they came, everybody was saying, I know Willard is just a small boy. So they always put you outside. So when they came, they saw us training. Then they saw something. Then they worked with me, and they showed me that they wanna work with me.
Do you still remember what age you were at that time?
Yeah, I was 21. 21. Then from there, we managed to win the championship in Division 1, whereby I played, I think, 95% of the games. Then from there, we went to PSL. I just played 6 months in Mutare. Then I came to Harare to play with Gunners. Then in Gunners, I think I played from June to is it the following year, June. So I came mid-season, I left mid-season of the next season. So in PSL I played 1.5 years.
And we'll hear more about his journey from the PSL and then moving to South Africa. What was different, what happened there, more in the next segment of Conversations with Yvonne. Welcome back to Conversations with Yvonne, and today I've got a big guest. I've got former Warriors captain Willard Katsande, and I also need to say future Warriors coach.
Yeah.
You any ambition of that?
Yes, 100%. I even said it, I think, when I left AFCON 2017, I said, I'm going to be back as a coach. So you never know, the next World Cup qualifiers, I'll be there by the touchline.
So you were talking about your move in the previous segment. You're talking about the fact that with your Highway, Callisto and Lloyd give you a chance. Then you come to Ghana, you're there for 6 months, and you make the move to South Africa. I always ask players this: what is the conversation like when people approach you, and how do you feel when you finally get that call? You would say, Willard, could you want a team outside the country?
Yeah, you know, sister, you know, especially when coming to the setup where we are here in Zim, we know that exactly the football is not paying well. So you're looking at going beyond borders, and you see players like Ezrom, Tinashe, they establish themselves. You can see how they are operating their lives. Then you imagine your life also changing into that direction. It gives you a sort of like goosebumps, like, okay, I don't want to fail. I don't want to mess up this, because this is a golden opportunity. That's why you see lots of players coming from Zim, when they get an opportunity to play in South Africa, they never disappoint. Trust me, they might not have the best game, but in terms of commitment, passion, that's what saves us for long there, because we can show where we're coming, the reason why we want this employment. So
but a lot of people know you more as the Kaizer Chiefs player, but you didn't make the move straight from Zimbabwe to Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, you know, that one was quite interesting for me, and that's why I remember before we started the show, I said we thank God for everything. God is the reason why, because if you look at my journey until where I am today, it was God, the way He opens the doors. Because when I went to Chiefs, people knows me from Chiefs, but I was at Ajax. I was a bench warmer. I sat on the bench, I think, the entire season. I only started 4 games. So when we finished the season, the coach who signed me, he left. So the new coach was coming from a development. You know, when a coach comes from a development, he wants to promote his youth. So he says to me, I know that you don't want to exhaust foreign sport, go to national team. When you come back, we're going to talk about terminating contract or loaning you out, something like that. So, you know, coming to national team and be called to represent your country as Zambia in Rufaro, in the back of my mind, I know that, you know what, where I'm going, I'm not going to have a job. Then I got an opportunity to play. I played in the midfield with Tinashe. And luckily, Bobby was here, Montao, to watch Lincoln was here. And I was playing in the midfield. They wanted to watch him. He already passed the trial, but they wanted to watch him on an international level. Then I played well the game, and we won 2-0. So it's like us now, may so rest in peace. He came to the hotel. He says, "Hey, Baba, Chiefs want you." Then I said, "You're joking."
You're joking.
How can Chiefs want me? I'm a bench
yes, I'm a bench warmer at Ajax.
Chiefs is a big team. Right? I'm a bench warmer. I says, "No, Chiefs wants you." So now I bought a flight the next day going back to Cape Town. I was in a Ravibas with Bobby. Bobby says, "Hey, what's the situation at Ajax?" Then I said, "I don't know, because clearly I don't know, because from what I heard before I came to the game, I don't know." He says, "I want to bring you to Joburg. Joburg, here we work well." Then I said, "Oh, maybe he's trying to talk to me because I had a good game," something like that. Then I said, "Okay." Then I left. I went to Cape Town. Late at night, then I got the tickets, and the ticket, they said, "No, you're going to Kaizer Chiefs." So the coach is also waiting for me there to tell me, like, "I know what we want you to go." Then I said, "Coach, don't worry, I'm going to Chiefs."
I can imagine the shock, like,
No, he was shocked. He quickly grabbed the phone and says, "Hello to CEO. I'm with Willard here." Willard, I told him, "No, we need to release him because of the foreign sport." Then he says, "Yeah, but he's telling me he's going to Chiefs. Is it true?" He says, "Yeah. They already paid the transfer fee now. He's going tonight." Then he says, "Oh, wow. Good luck. Now, so, no, thank you, coach." Then I get to Chiefs. Hey, the dressing room was intimidating. You look left, right, center, and the small boy is Shaba. We just play World Cup. There's Tinashe. Chimitao, Dominic Isaacs, Kaiser Jr., Gerard Sibeko, Letsolonyan. I don't know where because you know these people they played World Cup and these people are tried and tested and they.
But you think it was also a disadvantage to you because in Zimbabwe you haven't played for the bigger supported teams. Then you get to one of the biggest teams.
Sister, that's when I say like life has changed for me. Now I went to watch Morocco Swallows versus Chiefs. I'm waiting for my work permit. Everybody is like, oh, this is our new play. Hi. I'm like, oh, what's happening here?
That's Jaira.
Yeah. Then the first game was versus Pirates, MTN final. They put me as a sub. I replaced Shabalala 73 minutes. It's like the stadium management switched off the lights for me. I was playing in the dark. I was so scared because the stadium was full. 97,000 Chiefs support, and it's my first game, and I don't know the culture of this fixture. I only know it from a distance. It was a mess. I don't want to lie. It was horrible. Then from there, we went to play. We lost 1-0. We play Ajax midweek and the stadium was full. Now I'm experiencing life of a big team. I know nothing. Yeah, Ghana's was small, Highway was small, and I'm a village boy. Now then weekend we were playing Pirates again league. It was weekend MTN midweek a league match, weekend Pirates league. Then the player got injured in 22 minutes. The coach put me in again. Without a warm up.
The Soweto derby.
Yeah, the stadium was whistling. Ooh, it was good. Seriously, I'm telling you, because I didn't have any. Because I'll be lying to you to tell that I knew exactly what I was anticipating when I joined Chiefs. I was clueless. But after those two games, they changed my character. They bring back the Willard from the village in a way of like, you know what? Get another opportunity, you grab it, you push. My next opportunity was a right back. I never trained right back. Even in training, I didn't train right back. I was told the next day, the guy was sick. He says, you play right back.
Right back.
Then from there, now I'm growing. Even the supporters are accepting me till today. They even accept me. Even I'm not the Chiefs, they still support me. I was at Skukuni when you play them. They still support me.
But what role do fellow Zimbabweans that are in a South African team that you go to, is there any role they play in trying to get you to understand the system, to be welcomed, and also to know what to do and what not to do?
Yeah, obviously, no. Based from the period I spent at Chiefs, I learned a lot. They will make sure. The one thing about South African players, they are not selective. They welcome you in the morning. They greet you. They talk to you. When I hit rock bottom in that incident I told you about, those two games, the senior players, they came and spoke to me. You know what? This team, it's an instant. They want you to deliver. They don't have a patience like they're building. So when you give it another chance, you have to know that this is what they really want. So you can see there's a potential, but don't be scared. If you want anything to ask us. And luckily we're there. Tinashe was there, and Soso was there. So it was quite easy for me to adjust. But yes, even some of the youngsters, when they come to South Africa, they touch base on me, and I always give them advice. I know, let's do this and this and this, and this is the situation you're gonna find out, and you need to be like this and this and this, and everything is gonna work. But it's not easy.
He says it's not easy, and in the next segment we'll hear about his life at Kaizer Chiefs. Remember the reputation as the guy who was aggressive. We'll hear about that in the next segment. Willard Katsande on Conversations with Yvonne. Welcome back to Conversations with Yvonne, and today I have the former Highway, former Ghana's, former AX Cape Town, a former Kaizer Chiefs, and now Sekhukhune defensive midfielder Willard Katsande. And Willard, we're talking about being at Kaizer Chiefs. You built quite a reputation, as a hardcore defensive midfielder. Anotuta moon.
That's not me alone. Even Tinashe, it's the same thing.
But what's it like when you carry that tag and every time you make a tackle, it's like
sister, in football, you need to realize where your strength is and what you're gonna offer to the team. And unfortunately, I was not talented as much as the players I played around with. So the only thing I was gonna bring to the team is stability and ball retrieving. So when you ball retrieving, obviously you have to use any kind of means to retrieve the ball. We'll be playing with very tricky number 10s, very tricky midfielders in South Africa. They're very, very talented. So I have to bring the lion side of me to recover the ball. So in the midfield, obviously, I have to make sure the midfield, there's no activity. That's how the Kaizer Chiefs fans loved me. That's how my team is really wanted me, because I could say, okay, take the team forward, I'll take the team backwards. So I was just doing my job, and luckily it was paying in the right direction, which is winning.
We talk about you playing for the Warriors. You have highlights. But I remember one conversation that we had, and I don't know if you allow me to get back to that point, when you were labeled mercenaries. I remember the conversation, but sister one wangatiti.
Yeah. Sister, I told you. I remember, and I would say, sister, yes, you can call me a mercenary. It's fine. But look back. Remember, when we in back this journey of AFCON, we bought a bus. I went to Malawi, sister. And when I went to Malawi, I had $500,000 on my pocket because I just won the league and MTN it. I should have said, I don't want. I want to just chill because I've got money.
I still have our picture, the one we took before the bus went.
But because I love my country, and I didn't know when the AFCON, because we look at the group, I said, guys, if you can, we can make it. Then I left everything of Kaizer Chiefs and the league aside. I bought the bus 11 o'clock. And the match was 12 o'clock next day. I remember it was similar time like now, live on SuperSport 3. And we arrived there 4 a.m. And we slept, and I woke up 7, going to pitch inspection, 8 o'clock, 9 we are back. I'm taking a shower, 10 o'clock pre-match, and stadium. I never slept, and we won a match. I never been paid. Sister, let me tell you one thing for certain. Not one rent. I was paid. I was the team captain. We bought Saza, Nyamapanda board. That's my road to my Mutoko. Nyamapanda board. I was the captain. I bought each and every player, including the technical team. I got the money from Mr. Kadbet Dube. Drink, I don't know how you put in RTGS or it's that 300 meals and President of Saza. That thing costed us $1. I ate the next meal I ate in Blantyre. I crossed the border. They were saying, "Oh, you think you're gonna beat Malawi? If Malawi has been in the camp for 2 months."
For 2 months.
He said, "I know, we'll see you tomorrow." Because we didn't have anything to say, because look, we're arriving at 4. Then we won the match. I never got a rand. I never got $1 or a cent. Listen, okay, fine. We went back to our teams. We come back in Guinea, we drew at home. We qualified. Then we negotiate. We are not being difficult because we know our situation is Zimbabwe. Things are not okay, but we love our country, we love our people, because we qualified because of them. They drove us, and we need them to enjoy us going to AFCON, because we had quality in the team. Now we're asking, like, okay, can you also give us here in a reasonable, not like we want dollars, even this account money.
From the preparation money.
From the preparation money, can you give us this as winning bonus and appearance fee? We are labeled mercenary. No, you can't. But when I went to Malawi, nobody called me Willard is a brave warrior. That's where that tag needs to come. Like, okay, Willard is a brave warrior. Because at the end of the day, footballers, we die destitute. Sorry to say this, but we have to get to the point, because so that at least the younger ones, when people see them, they perform and they are happy, making everybody is alright, but dynamos, you understand? Footballers, we don't get enough. You understand? Let me tell you, we don't get enough. So the minute we qualify for the bigger tournament like AFCON, that's when we're gonna get something. So that tomorrow I cannot come and say my wife cook 3 points. No, she can't cook 3 points. She has to cook food. We get food. I'm going to work, right? So I cannot say.
I love that statement.
Yeah, come cook 3 points. Never. It's not gonna happen. So I went to AFCON and I stood for the young kids. I still had a good contract at Chiefs. But with Chineji, he was playing for Chicken Inn, if I'm not mistaken. With Lawrence Mshanga, they work so hard to be part and parcel of the group. They deserve.
But I remember, now that you talk about it, I remember there's a conversation in which, okay fine, this was way before. I was sitting with the guys by the bus and they were having that same conversation to say, because you're looking at the South African based players and you're thinking, do you really need this money? But then they were saying, it's not that we don't need the money, but we're looking at the locally based players that are in the squad that desperately need this money.
That's exactly was my point. Like me, I can back off and say, it's fine, let's just play. But look at Lawrence, he's playing here. AFCON is the biggest tournament in Africa. You understand? We get there, but eventually we get the money we wanted. They bought the houses. They say, no, Captain, thank you very much. They thank me. Those are the people who were important, the players, because I was not doing something for my mind. Because me, when I get the money, it was in the account. I couldn't do it. I had to donate to my village in Togo. Like, okay, this is AFCON. This is what we got. We buy everybody small grocery, the whole village, because they were going to watch the games, traveling, walking 7 kilometers to watch. Willard Katsande, team captain, national team, AFCON. They was happy.
But Willard, tell me about that transition, because I can imagine you're in Zimbabwe, you're earning little money. You go to South Africa and then you're earning big money. It's been attributed to the demise of most Zimbabwean players that go to South Africa. Do you believe in that?
Yeah, my sister, because it depends how the upbringing. Because me, I knew that, I had my sister's son, which is my younger brother. I call him my son now. I look after him. He still get to school because I took him to school until now. He already finished the university, whatever. And I have my other sister's daughter. So my mind was glued. Maybe that's what helped me to sustain the Chiefs for long. My mind was glued, like, you know what, this is what I want to do. So I had to do this and do this and do this to cover, because sister, we were coming from poverty. I grew up in a sheikh, Tangwena. Yeah, so this is opportunity I get. I need to cover. I didn't get much to say, Willard has got this fancy car, Willard has got. But if you look at my sister's daughters, because I'm the only boy, they managed to go to school. If you look at
but Willard, sorry to interject you, but is that not the reason why then you find Zimbabweans vachizo vunduka in if we can say? Because like you're saying, Wakura Mtangwena and all that you've gone through, then you get to a point where you are a star. In South Africa, you've got the money. You can get any girl that you think you want. Isn't that what then brings in this myth here? Mazimbabweans akasvika ngaona yellow bone South Africa zvese zvapera akanganwa kuti ndafambirei.
Yeah, sister, because I think us as also the older ones and the experienced ones, it's our duty to educate them, whether they like it or not. We have to educate, because you know what, South Africa is very nice. Because I was fortunate enough to play for a bigger team, and I've seen it. Like, these things we just say, it's just right, yeah. It's just a matter of a click, like, okay, a nightclub, any girl you want, you can get, because we've got a figure. Remember what I told you, like, they appreciate their footballers there. So when you're being appreciated, your mind will become complacent. When your mind become complacent, that's where the problem starts. When the problem starts, that's when you've got to label it this way.
But does it then affect you, for example, for you got married to a South African woman, and then all of a sudden the perception is South African.
Sister, I saw those comments every single day, like, oh, wacha kuita zvakaitwa ndoro. Let me tell you one thing for certain, sister. There's nothing wrong with you to be married to somebody from America, because the dynamics I don't know. Maybe that person can see as the world. Maybe you're the one calling shots. So can you say you're going to take the money for the American? No, you cannot say that. So people are not the same. Maybe
if it happened to another, it doesn't mean it's going to happen to me.
The dynamics. Maybe their relationship was like, it's fame. You understand? So nobody knows about me. So but there's something, because I also read something like yes, Gabriel Nyon. But he answered them on social media. Me, I'm one thing I have, sister, I don't answer, not even a single day about. You say that, I say okay. What must I say? Do I need to convince everyone?
No, you don't have to convince.
That's your opinion, because you are entitled to your opinion. You know your
relationship with your person.
So he ended up writing a paragraph like this. I said to my younger brother, you're wasting your time. Because at the end of the day, they will keep on saying.
Because now we're saying, I'm South African, because I don't pay that money.
You know, our president, former president, Salim Gabe, Ghana. Serious, Tobam. Serious, but you know, it makes somebody, because sometimes it's not all of us who are strong mentally, because as we were taken to school with chiefs to be mentally strong, there's nothing gonna move me. I say the only thing moved me is when my mom died. Other than that, nothing mentally and media training. We went to that. So I know how to engage the people when this one is too much. You know how to, without even offending him. They'll end up like, instead of thinking maybe you're attacking them, I'm educating them. You understand?
But let's talk about Zimbabwean sport for a while. To say you're a person that played in the national team for the longest time, what would you say were your highlights and what were your lowlights, and things that maybe you want to see change within the national team setup and how people are treated?
You know, I know it's painful, sister, because this thing we inherited from Dumi and them. The national team was being run the same. You understand? Because for me, I feel like, they need to change. They need to change the tactics. We have enough talent to compete at a higher level, not only AFCON, even World Cup. But we have to look at ourselves like, am I helping the community or am I helping my pocket? Because that's the two different things. If I'm helping the Katsandes, all I want is money for Katsandes. But if I'm helping the country, because I'm telling you, if the country have got 4-5 Nakambas in England, our country will fine. One, economically we'll be fine. We're also there on the map. Two, football-wise, we can go there to World Cup because we have players in England. Don't just have players in South Africa. Don't have players in Belgium. No, we need players in England. So I feel like we don't take footballers seriously because this is our job. This is the upcoming youngsters' job. They want to be inspired when they see Katsande. They say, wow, if I work so hard, I'm gonna accomplish A, B, C, D.
But doesn't it start from, I remember we were having a conversation during the break where we talk about how people are treated here, how from the administrators, the fans, how players are treated. So even the way you're treated.
That's the problem. That's the game we want to change. That's the game especially I am back to change. If they want to join with me, the footballers to change, we can change. Because footballers are things like, without putting that white thing on the center, we don't think. And instead of them to also, you know what, help them. let them earn as much as they can, so that they save, they start small business. Because to establish a business, you need time to see. Sometimes business you can gain 7 rand, sister, you can gain 20 rand. So how can you start, yet we are not being appreciated? Especially this, they should be. I mean, if it's soccer players, they drive their cars, even if you see them in town, you need to see a soccer player that you know what, football is nice. Even the younger ones from primary, they want to say, I want to be a footballer. Not like footballers, they are begging for airtime.
But Krogo, is it not a case where people expect footballers to have this anza anakuronga the future, when in actual fact, how do you ronga $150?
Yeah.
How do you ronga $250?
3,000 salary. You go garagumba gunubara $70. Which are with a few go transport. $20 take home. You want to buy your own soccer boots. Footballers, people, they mistaken us. That's why I say, if footballers are gonna be appreciated properly, trust me, this thing of saying after they play they suffer. Yes, we suffer because we don't have anything. It's true. But if you also get us, because it's not all of us who are gonna be going to England, South Africa. Those who are in here, they also need to earn a decent money to sustain their life. Even if they can start even let's say a catering company, whereby he's gonna be supplying maybe dynamos. Also, the people in Dynamos or people in Cape or Highlanders, if a player comes and say, this is what I'm doing, which is, let's say, I have a car wash, empower him. Your social platforms, empower him, help him, so that all the supporters of Dynamos go and wash your cars by Jaure Banbani, Bill Antonio. Go and if you have a wedding, go and hire a Bill Antonio's catering company, so that it's putting out there. Now he doesn't have only source of income of football. When you have peace of mind, I've seen it as Kukune. I have peace of mind. I perform. I enjoy. Football is nice.
Willard,
I didn't know that football is nice.
But is it not also a case here, Guti, we also have a sense of entitlement? Guti nini budwangu Willard atodzoka Zimbabwe bafana ndibo little something. Like, we are actually expecting you to give us, not for us to support you.
That's the problem.
Guti ndakatoona ngafika tshekso hey Willard ndipo boss yambuka instead of buying.
Yes, sister, especially people like you don't know how much you have in your area, where you come from, your location, your village. Good. If you support me with Bossy Ambok, one t-shirt, it costed you maybe, let's say, $5, for example. But 13 people are gonna come because they believe in you. But if you come and say, let me give you for free, no, you're actually putting me down. Will you go to LV? Say, give me for free? No, you just go to LV.
Plus
and hold it.
And for free.
Yeah, and LV, you'll be holding it like this, so that people can see. But to me, your brother helped me to grow to that level. You understand? That's why I'm saying there are many players with business ideas. Somebody can even start a company to supply school uniform for PE, for athletics. Empower him, help him, but don't laugh at him. Help him, because also footballers, we are scared to be laughed at, laughing stock, like Katsande,
but also yes, but also I remember the first time I can say, Auntie Katsande, there was a picture of you with your construction company. With Katsande apera,
with my people, I help them.
But also footballers don't do themselves justice, because kune oba rotten apples that go according to what people say. They do those things that people say is the perception of footballers.
Yes, that's their side. They also need to change. Footballers are hard-headed, whereby they just do because big ego. You understand? Thinking, you own the world. Remember, humility takes you far. You don't know where your breakthrough is. Maybe your breakthrough is not to make more money, is not in football. But somebody's gonna meet you via football. But if you give him attitude, you close your door. But humility, you won't lose anything. That person will go with their heart open, like, you know what? I met Katsande. I didn't see that guy. I didn't think that guy is so open like that. Blessings are coming. But when he's like, Katsande, he thinks he's all that. I don't fire. No. even me now, I can even make time to take pictures with supporters at the mall. Even if I have a family, put them aside. Then this was because those are our bosses. And I said, "Macheso ati one okay, one who else the jamdo warungo okay."
But that's just not macheso mjamja ora. There's no mamuri kwa macheso.
Yeah, because seriously, we copy. I sit and look at him. Not only music, I want to understand the way he connects with these people, these are fans. You see, this guy, he's been in this industry for long, but he's so humble. So you can see and take notes like, you know what, who am I if this guy is so humble like this? So us as footballers, we also need to install that thing in our mind, like, you know what, humility. You know, when you humility, sister, if you open your head, you're gonna come with confidence to fill up with something which is gonna help me in life. But footballers, our head are like this. Hi, I'm the boss. Nobody can tell me what to do. Who are you? You understand? That's why we got it wrong, us also footballers. That's why we went the same path. But if you just listen, even if it doesn't make sense, I said, but it's talking sense. Or you smile at them and say, but he was talking nonsense. but him is gonna say like, hey, I submitted something in this guy. You won't lose anything. You know what? You also gain a lot because you're not gonna stress the poor guy that he's gonna say bad about. You're just gonna say, Katsande is a good person.
Guys, time flies when you're having fun. So we obviously have to talk about Bosi Mboka, established 2021, and what's surprising is it was established last year, but it's grown so big.
You know, sister, that's what I said. You know, we were talking about accumulating following and strategizing everything, and also what I wanted to, even today, I make time to learn, to hear what the people says, and to engage. You know, sometimes I do live, sometimes I respond inbox when somebody says, "Hi Katsande, how are you?" And you just say, "Oh yeah, I'm good," and how's everything? You know, you have a chat with whoever, you just pick up on that social media. That person, you don't know how you change their life. So by so doing what we did with Bosi Mboka, I think we didn't think we were gonna get this kind of a reception, but luckily we are well received. And
but what is the saying? What does it mean? Kitoko Makasi Bosi Mboka. You like to post that.
Yeah.
Is it a saying you got from somewhere, or it means something to you?
You know, my friend is Joga Samba from Alec. So he teaches me, it's a Lingala language. So we chat, we talk, we communicate in Lingala. I learn African languages, even Chewa. I do speak Chewa, Nyanja, even Zulu, Xhosa. I do speak Spanish. Now I'm in Spanish. French, no. Spanish, I do speak Spanish. I can hear, but maybe talking is still difficult. But I do, and Portuguese. You know, in life you need to learn in terms of how the other languages. So Bosi Mboka is the boss of the country. Like when I was playing in the field during my days, because I feel like midfield was my area, I have to.
But you were boss. You were boss because, like you said, you would do anything to ensure.
So I was the boss. So when you are alone there in the middle, a lot of people are occupied on the side. You feel like, oh man, I'm the king of the jungle. The lion is not the fastest, it's not the biggest, but it's so intimidating. I'm not the fastest, I'm not the skillful, but when I'm in there, you feel my presence. But
I think for me, the biggest thing I'm getting from this interview, because you said it again in the previous segment, where you realized, okay, I'm not as big or as talented as the rest of the guys around, but I'm going to ensure that in my space, I own my space.
Exactly. And you know, the funny part is like I end up being appreciated more than the talented guys, because they can see the passion in me, you know. So that's why I created this Bosi Mboka. Like, you know what, I feel like the boss.
But are Zimbabweans supporting you though? How's been the support for Zimbabweans? Besides, but have people actually been?
No, Zimbabweans, they are supporting, but I'm still waiting for fellow footballers to support, because you know, whoever support, even a South African player, I do post.
I've seen a lot of South African players that you post.
See that in
But
our
boys got a mawuya kunoka. They just
colleague-
me boys.
No, but I'm talking about footballers. You know,
Yes.
footballers. They are the most powerful people,
Yes.
especially even you guys in the media. But there are lots of people who are listening to this show. You know, they believe in you. So I still wait for them to come on board and support. You know, so that I can post them. If they post them, maybe in Zim, the market we were talking about here is gonna be more good, because now it's like this brand is for South Africa. No, this brand is for Africa, because we're also selling there in Botswana. Botswana we've got huge, because we're gonna have sort of like lots of signing sessions very soon when I go there, and maybe in South Africa. But here I also want the fellow footballers to support me. You know, yes, it might be cheap to your standard, you know, but it's worth it because I'm your brother. I need to change the game in terms of seeing as business-minded people, not only footballers who kick the ball. So that's exactly what we need. But overall, other citizens in Zimbabwe, I'll be lying if I said they're not supportive. They are very, very supportive.
You heard from Willard Katsande there, he's talking about the fact that Tisu, the same people that will be laughing and saying, but footballers are nakurongeka, they are destitutes and all that. But when initiatives like this come, we need to support Boss Wamboka. It doesn't matter if you're Orlando Pirates like me, you are not looking at the person, you are looking at the label, you're looking at what it stands for. And after all, how many of us can say, Nakafika Imbera Gadzurana, former national team captain? Willard, before we go, this is your camera. I want you to give an advice to a youngster that is watching you. Could be a footballer, could be an entrepreneur. What do you have to say to a youngster?
Thank you. What I want to say to the youngsters who are watching this, whether you are in the office, football, athletics, life is a journey, and there's so much caves and bumps. All you want is to believe in yourself, work hard and stay humble, and listen to the elders, because when you youngsters, when you tend to get in the right direction, you get to a wrong direction because you think you know it all. So stay humble, put your feet on the ground, keep on working hard. Nothing beats hard work. Everything has to be using your hard work, because success, there's no shortcut. You need to grind. You need to. What's nice about success is you're eating something from your sweat. So what I want to challenge you is like, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself like, why are you doing this? When you find that why, you go get it in that answer outside. Because if you know that I want to be the best footballer, I want to be the best in the media section, I want to be the best in my office, in the clinic, you know the reason why. Sacrifice. Don't sleep, because when you sleep, somebody's working harder. Me, as Willard Katsande, I sleep at 1 o'clock, I woke up at 5. That's my life, because I want to be better than what I am today. So I challenge you. We are here, conversation with Auntie Makunda. I'll be watching you post your videos. Thank you.
I am so excited. It's been a great edition. It's been an edition of, and Willard, I've never told you this, obviously because you're my brother and we communicate a lot. One of the reasons why I like you is because when you remember the very first trip that I started as a journalist, we went to Egypt, and you were one of those footballers that did not look at come on, how else will cover sport. You were always receptive, and I hope you carry that with you wherever you go, and that you get blessings, because sometimes we need someone to just be to appreciate and not look down upon you when you start. Conversations with Yvonne Willard Katsande on the show. Let me give you a little bit of a hint. You never know. Maybe one of these days you could win something from Willard Katsande. Yvonne Mangunda, I'm out.